Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with your ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, hello, welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Happy Thursday, 1 week from Thanksgiving.
Whoa, and everyone's talking about the Sinicky Thanksgiving.
Oh,
it's the talk of Tequesta. Now people are hitting me up. How do I get in?
Yeah, I did see that. Some people were wanting to know how they can crash this party.
Oh, boy.
I'm thinking about bringing some people. Maybe throwing up on the side of her wall. Leaving. I think she's promising me the world for this Thanksgiving, Kevin.
I am. I'm rolling out the red carpet for the bird.
Yeah. What kind of good stuff you got for him?
Well, I'm going to add to my menu special homemade pizza just for him.
Fuck yes.
I'm also going to add pierogies.
Oh, wow.
Clean up, Denny's.
Yep.
That is so my kind of. That's a carvy-ass Thanksgiving, and I love it.
We'll have all the stuff that I love doing. I love doing a corn pudding. That'll be there.
Okay.
Ooh, what about some corn nuggets? Okay, I'm throwing a lot at you. I'm not trying to. You looked overwhelmed.
Corn pudding and corn nuggets are so close.
Yeah.
They're so familiar and close to each
How
other.
about cornbread?
Ooh.
And could you serve corn dogs?
It's corn.
I'm excited. And you know it's going to be an open bar.
Oh, you know it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We kind of got a little bit of clarity. We were talking earlier about how your Thanksgiving dinner is going to cost 20% more than last year. The story I was reading out of Daily Mail, breaking it down, wasn't written well because it was confusing because they kept throwing out dinner for 10, which it shouldn't be. It basically breaks down that the cost will be $64 per plate if you're making for up to 10 people.
That sounds correct now.
Yeah, so
now that's going to be about $150,000.
That'd be $640.
There you go. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, they just did terrible writing on it.
I was thinking, how the fuck are you going to feed 10
Yeah.
people with $60? It's
Yeah.
less than 10 a head.
Because I never do the Thanksgiving food, never cook, never price. So I had no idea. I read it and was like, okay, whatever. And then, when you said that, I'm like, I don't know. It doesn't, when you start adding it up, it doesn't seem right.
When you factor in alcohol, I will spend more than that. But I'm not doing it alone. And I don't think you should factor in alcohol.
No, you shouldn't.
Just food, I'm going to come in under that.
Alcohol, well, I don't think it should count because that's not the necessity of a Thanksgiving for most people.
Yeah.
Us lushes, yes, of course.
And you know this hooker likes to go top shelf.
Yes, this hooker does, Cam.
Thanksgiving hooker.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of people talk about different places. Apparently Publix has some deals right now. If you're going out and you're doing the turkey and all that, you can jump on it and save some money there. So just something to think of.
Are the Sinickies doing a rump roast? The edible, incredible rump roast.
I asked Panda about that because I said that you wanted me to make a rump roast for him, and he was very confused.
Really?
He loves turkey. He wants to make sure that I don't F this up and I get a big-ass bird and he gets plenty of turkey and turkey leftovers.
Well, fuck it, no rump roast this year.
I think we're doing ham, turkey, and then I'll do other stuff too. But those are going to be your main proteins, ham and turkey.
Doesn't Thanksgiving food suck, Kevin?
It's not got me jazzed at all.
Everything you're talking that's got me excited is not Thanksgiving food.
Pizza and pierogies. Focus on that. Oh, and pies galore.
Ooh.
Yeah. The list we're putting together is just all the different places we're going to go out and get meats from. So I'm going to conspire with my mother-in-law on that because we like doing the ribs, but I liked Virginia's suggestion because, she's all about Flanagan's. But I want to try some other things. Amanda was in our chat saying, hey, we got ribs. Don't forget about that here at Crazy Horse on North Lake.
Yes, they have good food.
Yeah,
y'all.
their wings are amazing. So maybe I'll work in a little bit of Crazy Horse, a little bit of Flanagan, some of my favorites.
I was thinking about
and then McCrae's.
I heard you talking maybe going to Crazy Horse on Thanksgiving. I may go before the Witch.
Yeah, she said they're open, and that would be the kind of thing that, because the Queen gets stir crazy, and I could see her maybe at some point in the day being like, all right, let's get the hell out of here. And with Crazy Horse being open, we might do an impromptu. If I could get her. I never know. You just never know. I got to kind of observe her. I got to look at her eye. I usually have to kind of see maybe where her pulse is. But then I'd be like, what do you say we go to Crazy Horse? She may be like, yeah, fuck it.
How crazy would it be? I end up going to Tequesta and I bring the Queen and Kevin Ralston.
Oh, my gosh.
It'd be big. It'd be a big
That'd
story.
be big. That would be KVJ headlines.
That'd be amazing, because to get her another 35 miles north.
It's not that far.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, man. You are a little not good with distance and judgment.
It's not 35 miles. You can do it from North Lake in 20 minutes.
Okay.
All right. Well, you're right. You're right. You live close, Virginia.
I'm not saying I live close, but y'all got me in BFE.
I feel like you live in BFE, dog.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Angie, too. I didn't even think about this. There's a Bills game. I forgot about the football. So, yeah. Bills game. So Crazy Horse is a Bills bar.
You're
so
right.
That place is going to be crammed. That'd be awesome. I might start laying the groundwork, because the Queen, you can't spring anything on her, really. You got to give her at least 48 hours notice. She's got to mentally get herself there. I'm going to start dropping that on her.
So I'm going to a different Bills bar. I'm going to the Sinicki's.
Yeah, that is a Bills bar as well. And on Thanksgiving, the Bills play at 12:30 against the Lions.
Is that why we're doing Thanksgiving at 1 o'clock?
We're doing Thanksgiving at 1 o'clock because that's what works with everybody's schedule the best. But you can show up whenever you want, Pumpkin.
Pumpkin pie.
Okay, let me see. Got some other stuff here. I got my Old Florida salsa and an email from Nikki saying Old Florida has a blue crab salsa, too, that's so delicious.
They have a whole section at Publix.
Yeah, they're definitely giving them more shelf space.
That's great.
They realize that people love local.
Yeah.
If it's good.
Well, honestly, when it comes to salsa, and I will tell you, the fresh is what's amazing, because we typically get our salsa at restaurants. It's not often I get it out of a jar. And if you go to the right places, you were mentioning places where you get your favorite salsa from. And man, a great salsa, it's one of my favorite foods. So good.
Are you down with the mild salsa, or is that bitch ass to you?
I eat it, and it's good, and I like it. But I prefer a little bit more of a kick. I'm more of a medium. I'm more medium.
Okay.
Because I think it's still flavorful and a little bit of a kick.
All right.
And hot. I can do that too. But yeah, I mean, even mild's good. I can deal with whatever. Salsa, man.
I love mild. Oh man, because I do got that bitch ass palate.
You do. You got that bitch ass tongue.
Mm-hmm. So I'm excited to do that. Let me see. Anna said, y'all got to try it. It's the absolute best and freshest salsa, pico de gallo around. Person like the medium version. It's sold in Publix, chilled in the produce section.
I know exactly what I'm talking about. Yes,
it's incredible fresh salsa is what it is. And that's a look at the label if you're watching KVJ TV or on YouTube or Twitch.
One of the ones I get, Virginia.
I know you do.
Mm-hmm. Do you, though? You didn't know I was into salsa. Don't act like you know.
I think you know good ingredients, though. You can tell a difference. And anything in the case that's chilled, I just feel like it's fresher because the stuff on the shelf has all preservatives and stuff in it to keep it shelf stable. The stuff in the fridge has an expiration date, and it's only good for a certain amount of time. And it's going to be fresher ingredients, less additives and chemicals.
My palate did mature on that level. I used to get all the queso and the salsa in the middle of the aisle of the chips, and that is some bullshit right there. The witch is right. You got to go in that side area where the vegetables are at, and I recommend getting your salad dressings in that area too. You're going to spend a little bit more money.
Okay.
They're fancier, but they're better ingredients. That's where your Marie's are going to be hanging out at.
Oh, Marie is a straight up delicious hooker.
Marie is very good. I will say, Kraft French, fuck yes. It's very good.
Okay.
French.
Let's
Kraft.
put that on the label.
Fuck yes, French.
Fuck yes, French.
Yeah. Probably make me want to buy it more.
Wouldn't you
Yeah,
buy that?
I think
If
so,
a
yeah.
dressing said fuck yeah on it, I'd be like, I gotta try this shit.
French dressing, French kissing, I'm in.
I don't think you don't know. You don't like no French kissing.
Like you do.
I love
you kissing?
I love French kissing, but I can see you
Old
complain.
tongues over there.
Oh, I do the work.
Whatever.
I'm a workhorse.
You are not a workhorse. You're a complaining horse.
Got a text. Somebody want to know if you would share your corn pudding recipe, Virginia.
Yes, I absolutely will. I pulled it off of, I want to say it was like, I Googled it, and it's maybe like Town and Country Home recipes.
What are your thoughts on this since you're in such a corny world? Side dish of some street corn. Ooh,
I can do that.
You like street corn. I love street corn. Let's do a little street corn section.
I love it.
I love it too. Do a little cornbread as well, right?
Everything corn.
Okay.
Everything corn.
Corn makes him horn.
Fat Kevin, did you like a cornbread?
Love it. Oh my gosh. Cornbread and a lot of what we'd have cornbread and maybe a little chili to go with it. And where I was too, it was cooler or cold. And boy, you have that on a wintry day. Gosh, man, it's good.
And some people make the best cornbread. There's some shit ass cornbread out there, dry, bullshit taste.
No, I bring it to you wet.
I want it wet. I want that whack, that wet ass cornbread.
That's right, he does.
Don't worry. I'm going to give you that certified freak WAP cornbread.
That's what I want. I want it to be real wet with butter. I know people hate this word, but it does need to be moist.
Let me see. Got an email here from Michelle. She said, Kev, you were talking about fast food and you mentioned Bolay. What do you go with? I've looked at their menu and they have so many possible options that I get overwhelmed and that I don't pull the trigger. I need your suggestions because I want to try them. Yeah, they've got a lot of different ways to go with it. I typically go with start a little spinach. I do the bowl because I'm keto Kev. So I will do usually a little bit of spinach that is in there. I get a little bit of broccoli, load in a lot of vegetables.
Brussels sprouts. They do good
the
Brussels sprouts.
Boy, it just keeps getting better.
Yeah, I think they have mushrooms as well.
They do. They also have that forbidden black rice. Oh, it's so dirty. So black, so dirty.
I love rice.
Okay.
I love dirty rice. Oh, I love dirty rice.
We know.
I like naughty rice.
They got avocado that is great. I typically will throw that on there. Those little chimichurri tomatoes are pretty flavorful.
The cum tomatoes, it's
Cum tomato.
We talked about that before, and they squirt in your mouth.
Oh.
The circle. They
They don't even warn you first.
I don't know if I like those. I like my tomatoes diced.
Well, the thing that's good about them is they cut them in half, so you don't.
That's good.
Yeah, so you don't get because that's what it is. It's when all that pressure, the juice has got to go somewhere. It explodes in your mouth.
The cum gets all in your food, not just squirts in your mouth.
Are you a fan of the little bally tomatoes that do spread? I don't love them.
They're not my favorite.
I like them sliced and diced, baby.
There's a bunch of other stuff at Bolay I would get before I got the tomatoes.
And then you get to finish it off with a sauce. The herb pesto is pretty good, and the sriracha, not bad.
Pesto. You like pesto?
I do like pesto.
Kind of a bi. Kind of a bully ingredient.
They have an avocado sauce that I'm down with.
Okay.
I I gotta go. That rice, that naughty rice you're talking about, I'm into that.
It's called black forbidden rice. I mean, how could you not get down with it? It just sounds like you're so dangerous.
I notice I always go towards if it's the forbidden brownie or the forbidden
They
ice.
just got to put a.
I tend to gravitate to it.
It is odd that when you put something in there that would kind of be almost like a warning, like you shouldn't eat this, you're like, yes, I'm going to eat it.
Yes.
The taboo.
I'm not
brownie.
supposed to. It makes it taste better.
Yes.
So yeah, that's what I would go with. But yeah, it's all pretty good. Got an interesting story here. Marketing, baby. Are you Costco or Sam's Club? Which way you go? If you had to choose.
Costco.
Okay. Do you have one, Virginia? Aren't you a Costco girl?
I'm a Restaurant Depot girl.
That wasn't the question.
I know, but I don't pay
Of
attention.
course, she goes option C.
Yeah.
Is it A or B? It's C.
I would go Costco.
Costco,
Okay.
because you know why? They're pizza and hot dogs. They're known for their. You can go and order their food, and
Yeah.
people. It's beloved.
They
You know
do.
what?
They have a concession
They
stand.
do.
So-
People love it.
But they're known for their free samples.
But the fact that you say and you mentioned one of the first things about Costco is the hot dog, and they got that famous hot dog soda combo for $1.50.
People love it.
Sam's Club, this might be smart marketing. They've just lowered their hot dog and drink combo. They do the exact same thing. They went to $1.38 from $1.50.
Wow.
So they're
All
trying
right.
to say, okay, Costco, we see you, and we're going to lower you to $1.38.
And I'm not a hot dog lover, but Costco's got a good dog. They do a good job.
What would that get more people in? Imagine if they lowered it to, and they just said, you know, we're going to lose money on it. Let's just give them a damn soda and a hot dog. You get it for free.
Just for the marketing.
Would that blow your mind if you're like, oh my gosh, we can go in there all the time? and
It's pretty badass. If I went anywhere like that and you could get hot dogs for free or whatever the
Yeah,
stuff was,
right.
I would be on the microphone
One per
going,
person,
"Kev,
of
you're not
course."
going to believe it. Fucking
Right.
free hot dogs."
Yeah.
I'd be very excited.
If I had my own, if I had Kevin's Club.
They trick you because you don't even eat hot dogs.
No, but
then you'd be like, oh, they're free. I must
Right.
go.
But
I
I-
probably would go and get one.
It's a buzz. It creates something. It's a fun thing to do, and that's what we've lost that kind of
Yeah.
whimsy, that kind of excitement and magic in some of these places.
It really is something. Now, Costco, they've been doing their deal since the 1980s, and they wanted to just say, hey, look, we're going to keep it priced this way all the time. And I told you about when we went to an Atlanta Falcons game. And we got like Canada got a bunch of stuff. We had about 4 or 5 different things that we got, 2 jumbo sodas. And they're like, yeah, that'll be, I think it was like $6. We're like, wait, what?
What?
And I'm like, hold on. I'm like, you guys didn't do this right. I'm like, we got this, and that. And they're like, no, that's right. And then somebody's telling me the owner of the Falcons, he wanted you to be able to go in there, and it does. There's something about getting crazy cheap food that you're like, I mean, I don't even remember what happened in the game. I don't know who was playing. I assume the Falcons were. I don't know who they're. I don't know anything except for the fact of the concession stand prices blew my mind.
I think if you're a person who really loves food, or if you're a family watching your money, shit like that stands out to you.
Yeah, no doubt.
You love football. You can't even remember the fucking game. But
No.
and you
Don't
don't even
remember
love
any of it.
food, and you remember the food that shows
I know the
you.
price. It blew my. It was the first thing I talked about. I got back. Nothing about the game.
I love it.
It's doing it right. It's making families happy.
I love when people give free bread at a restaurant, and that's
Yeah,
a dying
right.
art. You don't see as much anymore.
Those kind of weird little things. It is odd, man. If you just, I think it's one of the best marketing things you can do. Have one thing that is either free or very ridiculously cheap that stands out and gets your attention.
I was at Outback, and I got such a sense of peace and relief when they go, "Oh, by the way, we've got some warm bread with that butter coming out for you." I'm like, "Oh, it's right, free bread. This is fucking awesome.
Pretty good,
It's
right?
great. And they have great bread."
Pretty good. Let me see. Got some other emails that were very helpful. Earlier, I gave you on the regular show the secret to Disney World keeping away mosquitoes. It's liquid garlic. I'd never even heard of it, but apparently they've figured out how to use just the right amount so humans don't smell it, but the mosquitoes do, and mosquitoes are repulsed by liquid garlic. Won't come around it, and that's why you'll notice you will not get bit by a mosquito if you're Disney, which is pretty amazing. And apparently there's a gazillion different brands here. Thank you to Denise. She sent this in, anywhere from Murphy's to just garlic barrier. I would assume if you went into a Home Depot or any place like that, and you ask for liquid garlic, they'd have it. So apparently that's a popular way to chase them off, and I'm going to look into that because we had tried several different methods of trying to chase away the mosquitoes, and still
You got that sweet blood.
I do. Yeah, and it's not anything that's imperative to the queen because they don't touch her. Like, they're scared to death of her.
Don't lay out naked.
I don't blame them.
Because they'll come for your dick.
What?
They'll come for that sweet dick, Ralston. The
Yeah?
mosquitoes. If you laid out naked, buns down,
Yeah.
and you're looking up,
Yeah.
mosquitoes are laying on your dick.
Really?
If you're going to do that, will you please let us know? Because I really want to make a video.
And we can name we can title the video "Mosquito Dick."
A lot of people, yeah. What do you want to watch tonight, honey? I was thinking about Mosquito Dick.
Funny enough, a lot of people would say, "Let's
it
watch
would.
Mosquito Dick." Yeah, Mosquito Dick's got
And
all.
it's just a guy laying there with mosquitoes all over his dick, and
It
that's
is.
the movie?
It's bred to win. That kind of video. It's just made to win.
Yeah. We also were doing some fun and unfun facts on the show today. What was it like? There's a million ants for every human, something like that. And we were talking about, have they ever done a horror movie with ants? I didn't have one that came to mind, but they have. They all look shitty, but Everett sent this in. There's Ants, just a movie. There's Empire of the Ants, Them is one, and The Hive. All horror ant movies.
When you said that, I don't know if Suits caught it. I was about to get into a debate with Kevin. But there are ant movies. I'm going, nah, I'm going to lose.
Yeah, okay,
It's going to go away.
Yeah. They are there.
By the way, it's early, but people are saying they absolutely would watch Ant Dick
No, it's Mosquito
or
Dick.
Mosquito Dick. Ant Dick's the sequel.
Why are you trying to get ants on Kevin's dick?
I meant to say
It's going to
mosquito.
be a lot more painful.
Maybe when I get Mosquito Dick, I flip over so the mosquitoes don't get my dick, and then all of a sudden it becomes ant hole, and they start burrowing into my asshole, and then it's just a bunch of ants. Actually, if you think about it, an ant hill kind of looks like an asshole. Yeah, and so that would be it. Now it's like, oh my gosh, I can't lay out because it's either the mosquitoes on my dick or I got ants in my ass.
What a way to go.
So Mosquito Dick would do great,
It
but
would be the first one, and then the sequel would be ant hole.
which I think doubles in views. Yeah.
This poor guy just wants a damn tan.
On TikTok, they go, okay, part 2's coming up. Like, oh shit.
It would be the two worst movies ever made.
I don't know, man. I think we could. I think
right,
there's
maybe it
magic
wouldn't.
there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's great.
I'm here for Mosquito Dick and Ant Dick and Ant Hole. I like them all.
You really could make a whole movie based on Ant Dick, where the beginning of the movie is you get kidnapped and tortured from the bad guys, and they torture you by putting ants on your dick, and they think or mosquitoes on your dick, whatever, and they think you're dead or you do die, but you come back as some kind of weird mosquito dicked animal, and now you make them.
That'd be the third movie.
Yeah, and you give them mosquito dick.
I'm like a mosquito ant hybrid.
Yes, and your revenge
Kind
now.
of like a Peter Parker Spider-Man thing because it was maybe radioactive ants that burrowed in my asshole.
You find the people who did that to you, and then you give them mosquito dick and ant butthole.
That would be a wicked combination. If you had a human ant mosquito hybrid, that really would be pretty terrifying because ants are massive strong
Yes,
for their size.
they are.
So you'd have the strength of an ant, the annoyance of a mosquito, plus you could carry diseases. That could be your weird power, is that you've got malaria.
I think that's how
You give everybody malaria.
that type of kind of critter what I think
That'd
will
actually
bring
be
down.
pretty terrifying.
It would be that would
Believe
bring
it or
down
not.
the humans would be done.
A strong mosquito ant that carries malaria.
Could you imagine
Terrifying.
if mosquitoes were super smart and they know they can get malaria, and they knew they had malaria in them, and they go, let's go fuck up some humans today.
Let's spread this baby.
Yes.
Where's Kevin's dick?
Well, it would fly. It could burrow. That'd be terrifying, actually.
It would be so terrifying.
Mosquito ant.
Well, even if you wanted to fight it with the army, you're now trying to shoot mosquitoes.
It's got massive strength.
Yeah, you're done.
Wow. Okay. That actually could work. Now I'm starting to see it.
And we sound high.
Sometimes that's the best kind of content. Said the guy who's high.
Yeah. Uh-huh. They say when it comes to strength, all ants together could lift 22 trillion pounds.
Wow.
plenty to pick up the whole of humanity and carry them on their backs.
And have you ever seen an ant's face up close under a microscope? Holy shit.
There was a picture of it recently on CNN. They were floating it on all their social media. And an ant looks like a demon devil.
It does. It looks like an alien. It looks
does.
like an alien.
Horrifying.
Yeah, I think ants are much stronger. Ants lift 10 times their body weight. Humans 1.15.
And you could argue
that's a massive difference.
You could argue too that the ants, they work better together than humans do.
They're a team. Yeah,
that's why they would
do.
fuck us up.
They're not fighting about politics.
They don't care if you're blue or red.
They're a team.
They are. They're voting for one.
And that's how they bring us down.
They're voting for they're voting for the death of humans.
Do ants have a queen too, or is that just bees?
I think they do have they have something, because I remember the bug guy explained it to me how if they eat the little piece, they bring it back. The main person gets it and brings it back and fucks everybody over.
Yeah, I was trying to remember how that went. Did you see there was a viral video the other day? A guy had a queen bee in his hand, and he was walking, and all the other hive was all wrapped, about 1,000 bees wrapped up his arm.
Wow.
Simply because he had the queen in his hand, and they're trying to get next to the queen.
Was it real? Was it on TikTok?
No, I think it was legit.
Okay.
It would look like some kind of country where you wouldn't question it.
Well, they don't fake shit.
There is a queen. It's a queen ant.
Yeah.
I know you. There's certain videos that go, they're not faking shit.
They're not
right
faking
now.
shit
That
in that
motherfucker's
country.
got a cobra on his neck.
You know they do real shit in that country. Yeah, okay, yeah. Ants do have a queen.
Yeah.
Yep,
It's a thing.
So that's it. Damn. Okay, we're coming up with something here.
I've thoroughly enjoyed this conversation.
Most ants are female. Girl power.
Let's not make this a gender war.
Of course.
Male ants are only needed for their sperm, and then they're disposed of. I love
So you
these
just
ants.
you just want to fucking leave us alone?
Oh my gosh.
All right.
We just want to fuck you and then kill you.
I don't like the killing part. But
The murder I'm not down
yeah,
with.
right.
That's twisted, dog. Nature will. There are some gangsters in nature that will.
No doubt.
It's all about fucking, and then you're right, just eating the person's head off.
I mean, just when you think about if dimensions were slightly different, terrifying.
Terrifying.
We would always, as a species, be on the run. Always on the run.
If the animals evolved in a way that were super intelligent, and I'm talking about where an ant is now emailing other ants going, we're going to fuck up humans tomorrow, meet me at the corner of 43rd and 8th, that level of intellect, we are screwed.
Yeah.
The ants form a cooperative association where they all work towards one goal. Even the ants that are going to be slaves, and even the ants that know they're going to die after they're mated.
They just do
They do it for the team.
They do it for the team.
Taking one for the team.
And
now.
that's why we would be fucked.
Damn. Ants don't have an opinion. They just go with the flow.
Gosh, we need to hire ants around here.
You're right. Oh my gosh. I would love a team full of ants to help us out.
If you were their queen,
Yeah.
the ants
He'd be a good ant
They
queen.
will do whatever you want.
I can see this working. How do we get him to be an ant queen?
I have loved talking about ants. I've learned a lot.
You want to come back as a woman, though. You don't want to be a dude.
You do want to come back
Yeah,
as a
no doubt.
female
Come
ant.
back as a queen bitch.
2022, female ants.
Wow. Very educational show today.
Very.
Yeah. Mitch sent this in and said, I know Jaybird was looking for ideas and costumes for his 9.5-foot tall werewolf. There's actually a Facebook group devoted to the Home Depot 12-foot monsters. They have DIY ideas for costumes, and you might find somebody in the group who could actually make it for you as well.
I love it. That's a great idea.
Somebody took their skeleton there and they made it into a turkey for Thanksgiving.
One of the things that
That's amazing.
It's amazing. I love there's this couple on YouTube. They buy these kind of things and then they revamp them and they show you what they do to add on. They turned this one witch they got for like $70, and it's one of those ones that moves around.
Yeah.
They added all this crazy shit to it for cheap. They're creative with it. It looked horrifying. It was amazing looking. So they do all that. You can modify that shit and make it look even next level, like that skeleton turkey.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. There's a little project for you.
Oh, I'm definitely getting that skeleton next year. That 12-foot skeleton. And who knows what other creatures they're going to make next year.
That neighborhood kid that was scared of your wolf is going to shit his pants when he sees that skeleton.
Such is life, kid. Buckle the fuck up.
Yeah.
Maybe this ain't the street for you to trick-or-treat on.
We all got to grow up sometime, Virginia.
I've gotten a couple messages already. Haven't had a chance to look into it yet. Michael had said, it always makes me happy when I hear negative things about HOA since I don't live in an area with an HOA and I never will. So when I heard the story out of Miami about an HOA committing fraud worth $2 million, I thought I'd share. This should be a reason for all HOA residents to audit their HOA.
I saw this story. I mean, it was a big group of people that were all in on it, embezzled millions.
Yeah.
Let me guess, by making up stupid fees and shit that you don't even question.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, somebody texted in and said it's the $2 million HOA fraud scandal in Kendall in a place called the Hammocks.
Oh, this is not what
There's a lot of homes in there. It's a big, big one.
Just when you thought the HOA couldn't even get douchier, this story breaks.
Wow, there's just so much freaking scandal. It's really insane, everything that's going on. I'll look that up.
Anytime you have humans and a large amount of money,
Yeah.
you are going to have scandal, thievery, shadiness, and they think that they operate in some kind of world where they can do whatever they want. I know at least the HOA by me, where I live, they really do think that they are the kings of the kingdom.
Well,
and they walk around with their chest puffed out. There's one asshole that's got HOA life on the back of his car as a sticker.
Yeah,
Like,
the more people you get involved with, I mean, if you just get 10 random people in a room together, there's a good chance one or two are going to be shady as fuck trying to get something out of you in a terrible way.
you can't trust 15 people. You can't.
Because just by numbers alone, there's going to be some shady fucks in there.
Yeah, there's just a lot of chaotic stuff that's going on right now. And I guess, in South Florida, there is a lot of money. It's just floating around. And people are like, yeah, it seems right. And so they hand it off. I mean, this whole crypto story is still booming.
Oh, my God. That crypto guy is now blaming it on his girlfriend.
Is he really?
He said she took the 32 mil.
Oh,
Or
my
bill.
gosh.
32 billion.
Yeah, they're yesterday the headlines I saw is they're trying to extradite this guy from the Bahamas or looking into it. I think they're trying to get there. But, I mean, the lawsuits, and they're still sorting it out because it's mass chaos. Because, what had happened was last week, the company essentially didn't have enough money to cash out users. And there was, I guess it was one of their competitors got in and bought a large part of them and then said, yeah, we're going to need our money back out of it. And it's kind of like they called their bluff.
And they couldn't get it.
And FTX is like, oh, shit, we don't have it.
Damn.
And they're like, where's the money? And maybe they knew something.
Damn.
And that's when it all, house of cards, man. Yeah, and so now there's a lawsuit, and freaking Tom Brady's getting sued.
I saw that.
Tom
What a
Brady,
go.
Giselle, Larry David, Shaq, Shaquille O'Neal, Udonis Haslem from the Heat, Naomi Osaka, Steph Curry, all been named. It's a class action lawsuit filed in a Florida federal court on Tuesday.
They got
all about
duped.
FTX.
All of those people got duped by this guy.
Yeah, and because they endorsed it, they're being named.
I wonder how that will stand up in court.
I don't know. It's right now. It just seems like it's mass chaos. All I ever see in the stories is they say it's going to take so long to sort all this out and figure out what the hell happened. Is there any money left? If so, where is it? What's going on? So right now, all they know is there's a pile of shit, and they don't know what's in the pile of shit. So they got to try to go through it. So according to the suit, the collapse of it all cost consumers over $11 billion.
Wow.
And the plaintiffs are now, they're freaking out because a lot of people are like, they're at a bar. Yeah, I bought into crypto. This place called FTX. Tom Brady's into it. Ever heard of it? And you know how South Florida is?
Yeah.
You feel like you're a dumbass if you're not into Tom Brady's crypto thing.
It's Shaq. It's Tom Brady. It's Giselle. It's Coco Gauff. Like, you start throwing those names around. That's impressive.
He's got a whiskey buzz, goes home to his wife, and he's like, let's put everything in this FTX. And now they're like, we may not have any more money. And now they're freaking out.
Well,
They're
yes,
trying to sue anybody they can.
I can speak firsthand on buying stupid shit with a whiskey buzz.
Right.
At least you have the McDonald's collection of chicken nuggets to show for it, though.
Or that 9.5-foot werewolf to show for it.
These people put all their money in, and there's air.
Yeah, that makes an anger in the soul.
It is, and I mean, I know because whenever I go to them rich people parties and you're around, and I just listen to the conversations, and yeah, they are all just talking about where they've put their money, and you can see they all want to be as smart and as rich as the person they're talking to, and so they all do that. And I could easily see because people are like, how did FTX get a hold of? What was it, $32 billion?
$32 billion.
How did they get that much? And I'd even heard possibly money into the trillions, and they're like, how did all this happen? And I don't know, man. It could be layers upon layers of scandal.
Gosh, I would be such a different kind of millionaire. I'd be the guy, we're going to do some beer bongs and we're jumping in the chocolate river.
This is why I can't get into crypto, because I don't understand crypto.
Yeah, don't.
And this is why I would never do it, because I don't want to be taken advantage of or feel dumber. If it sounds too good to be true and it's out of your pay grade, maybe you shouldn't dance in it either.
No, that's why all my money is under my mattress and my address is. Yeah, no, it is terrifying stuff.
But you do want to learn about cryptozoology, though, right?
That interests me more, honestly.
If I have to pick one of the two out of cryptocurrency or zoology, I pick zoology.
Okay. Fun, though.
Very fun.
Mm-hmm. All right, so yeah, a lot of good info. Thank you very much for all your emails, mail@kvjshow.com. Another thing that is kind of scandalous that might be coming up here is, if you heard anything about the World Cup going on, I know we don't necessarily have any big soccer fans, but the World Cup, and I just didn't even really realize it till today. So I'm like, I probably ought to find out something about this World Cup going on. As the Queen mentioned it to me, she's like, hey, we can watch the World Cup this weekend. I do, for some reason, like watching the World Cup because people get excited about it, and I get excited because people are excited. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I've been at bars before and it's on and there's just such an energy and I'm like, this is freaking awesome, man.
It is. It sounds like an earthquake.
I don't know anything about the sport really, but I'm like, okay, everybody else is excited. I'm kind of excited too. Well, they're playing the World Cup in Qatar, and it's a small-ass little country that's about the size of Connecticut. And I hear in the summer it's like 217 degrees there.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah, it's kind of like they just have oil. And so, they're one of those kind of countries that's just, they got a lot of oil. So they kind of, in a sense, I think like whoever runs the World Cup, they're kind of crooked. And so they basically paid for this. And so it's cool now as possible. That's why the World Cup's going on now and not in the summer. And they're doing a holiday edition because it's only about 80 degrees there. So apparently they used, in a sense, almost like slave labor to build 7 air-conditioned stadiums throughout the country. And I guess a lot of people died making it.
Damn.
Yeah, but there's just a lot of things that are a little sketchy and questionable. If you go to Qatar to watch the World Cup, alcohol is banned just about everywhere. But apparently the officials are allowing limited sales outside of the stadiums. But again, it's one of those, we talk about Dubai. Don't go there and get all shitty and go running around town.
Don't think you could act a fool.
Don't go to Dubai and act a fool because, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you do in South Beach that they ain't going to let fly in Dubai.
Yeah, don't think you can do that upside down twerk.
Yeah.
In a restaurant booth.
Yeah, you'd be fine like a Brittany Griner type situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say visitors can be arrested if they try to sneak booze, pork, or porn into the country.
Booze, pork, or porn.
Some of the 3 greatest things ever invented, some would say.
Pork's got to go. If we're doing fuck, marry, kill.
Bacon.
Yeah, I'm keeping the... Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
We're definitely keeping the alcohol.
You want to go there and fly your rainbow flag? Homosexuality gets you 7 years in prison.
Damn.
Whoa.
7 years if you're gay. women who are sexually assaulted, you get prosecuted for adultery.
The woman does?
The woman does, yeah. So if you are raped, you are on trial.
Wow.
Horrible.
That is messed up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's just a little bit of Qatar, and that's why some people would be like, why are we doing the World Cup there? So yeah, when some people are like, America's the worst country ever, that's why you're like, hey, hello, Qatar.
Yeah.
I'm going to scratch Qatar off the bucket list.
Yeah, so yeah, there's a lot of people, some celebrities, some soccer aficionados are like, I'm not even going to check out this World Cup. So it's kind of a weird thing. So as I kind of did a little bit of a dive into it, I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
Could you imagine walking around with a bag full? I'm talking about a bag full of weed in Qatar, just on the streets.
Hell no.
Could you imagine how?
Well, that's just it. I mean, this is the whole thing. That's why I would trust if you are going there, you kind of are going to do your homework a bit. Because I can't imagine if you're just a dumbass that gets on a plane and be like, yeah, let's go rage.
We're going to Qatar, bitches.
Yeah, you and your gay friends are like, yeah, let's go have a good time, man.
You guys brought the drugs, right? Yes.
Yeah. Let's go, man. I love soccer. Woohoo. Damn.
Yeah, the whole doing anything, acting a fool in another country scares the shit out of me.
Yeah.
It makes me very nervous.
This is not a country to go do that. Do anything in. It's actually just a country, just don't.
Don't go.
You just don't. I wouldn't, no desire. Ever. It's crazy.
I mean, as soon as you got arrested in another country, you got to be thinking, oh, fuck, am I ever getting out? Depending on where you're at, of course.
No doubt. Yeah.
Horrifying.
Always do your homework.
And the Brittany Griner, is she? The last time you had said something, you said they had transported her or put her in a different area.
Yeah, she's in a work camp now.
So do you know what that even means?
I don't know.
She's probably building a soccer stadium.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
I mean, just say it. Russian work camp. I mean, those are three words together that just don't. It doesn't seem like you're gonna have daiquiris.
But is it one of those things where you're constantly working on shit? And if you try to take a small break, there's a person going, "No, get back to work."
Sure. I don't know. I mean, I hope I never get to see firsthand experience. But yeah, it doesn't sound fun.
It sounds awful. But I am curious to know how I want to know what goes on there.
I'm sure if she ever gets out, she's going to come back and tell us every detail, and that will be an amazing biography.
But I think it's 9 years or 11 years. It's quite a ways away.
She's looking at the possibility of that, and now she's just a political pawn with everything that's going on, and so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang in there, Brittany, because if you do make it through this, you could come back and make a mint on your story.
That would be the one thing that would be driving me going, if I just get out in 11 years, you can turn this into an opportunity. Everyone's going to want to interview you. You can turn, but you've given up
There'll be a book. There'll be a movie. It'll be huge for her if she can make it.
But that's just it. That's a tough thing to make it through, man. A prison in another country away from your loved ones, and now you're doing fucking hard labor.
It's the worst of the worst.
It's the worst.
It's the worst of the worst. So, I mean, it is. I mean, a great warning for anybody who is going into another country. Understand fully what that country is like.
Fuck around and find out.
Do you think you could make it? 11, all of a sudden, you're in jail in a prison in another country. Let's say you had edibles or something so benign. Now you're in that for 12 years. Hardcore, you're in labor. You're doing all that labor camp that they're throwing you into. Can you make it, do you think? Are you strong enough mentally?
I'm dead in 10 minutes.
You think your spirit just gives out?
Just gone.
It would be rough, man.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to read books?
I'm not built for that.
Can she read comic books?
Yeah, but it's all in Russian.
I mean, that's fucking dog. That is a rough.
It is.
I guess
it's
you
terrible.
gotta learn how to read Russian.
Terrible.
You got time.
There's the positive. You do become,
They got that Rosetta Stone.
you learn another language, which is always cool.
No, it's just freaking terrible all the way through and through.
I think you would have to really constantly trick your mind into small little victories to keep yourself going. And what those victories are, I always heard this one story of this woman. It's from olden times. She was in a prison, and the one thing that kept her going was this cockroach that was in her cell.
Oh, that's great.
I know, but that is what saved her.
That's bleak.
That's bleak.
If that's your happy spot, your pet cockroach.
The roach would come by and she'd look forward to that company, and that's what drove her.
Damn.
But you'd have to get into that mindset, and not everyone's built for that.
Not built for it. No.
Man.
I mean, there's some country clubs I'd probably die in.
It's all too intense.
It's too intense. Too intense. All right, y'all. We got one day to get to the weekend. Thank you guys for being here. We'll be back with you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.